Hi friends, it's Tuesday, October 15th. We just finished our Board of Supervisors meeting. It started at 9 and ended at about 1. A lot of good discussion, but really the bulk of our meeting that was the most memorable to me was the very beginning. We had a beautiful start of proclamations that are honoring so many community organizations that are doing great stuff here in our community. Started with the Pledge of Allegiance by Belen and Floyd Thompson. My niece and nephew, super cute. They're there representing Jack and Jill of America, and there was a proclamation there. And then immediately following that, 3 beautifully talented young ladies from Mariachi Aztlán de Pueblo High School, Adelina, Mariela, and Bella, all sang the national anthem. And, you know, I was a super proud mom because my daughter was there. And I want to thank John Contreras, director of Mariachi Aztlán, for bringing them to the board meeting. I think it was really meaningful and special, and it was an honor for me, for all of you to be there. The land acknowledgement was presented by Felipe Garcia, President and CEO of Visit Tucson, and Consul Rafael Barcelo, Consulado de Mexico, who also said it in Spanish. And what I thought was really great is one of the proclamations was for Dr. George Garcia, who was the superintendent in TUSD in the 90s. So I just missed him as a student and as a board member. But, you know, he really pushed so many things in TUSD, including bilingual education. And so for those proclamations, the Pledge of Allegiance, they were all done in Spanish and English. And I thought that that was really special. We had the Jack and Jill of America come to do a proclamation, and they're doing amazing things in the community in raising and encouraging African American leaders. And so they start from really littles to all the way up to 19, I believe, and definitely into high school. And that's a really great program. So I was glad that I was able to sponsor a proclamation for Jack and Jill. And then we had a couple big presentations. One of them was the Pima County Local Workforce Development Area Plan. It's 2025 through 28. In that plan, there were a lot of other plans within that plan that I thought were really significant. It's a really big document, a lot of information there. So I'd encourage you to go and check that out. Also, we had a climate and sustainability initiatives presentation, and that one, Pima County has exceeded our carbon reduction goal 1 year early, which I was really happy with, because the last time we looked at this, when I first got on the board, we were behind on many of the SAPCO kind of goals that we had set out. So I was really happy about that. We also had a climate outlook update, and 2024 being Pima County's hottest year on record, breaking a record from last year. And so how are we helping to combat climate change? There was comprehensive climate priorities, including addressing invasive species, wildfire risks, reactivating the water working group priorities, including innovative and alternative water collection and use. I think all of those are going to be really fundamental. There's also conversation about using solar and where we're doing that. And so I was really glad that we had that discussion, and that's something that we're going to continue to have, because again, part of this initiative also has several working plans in there. And so if you want to do a deep dive, there is a pretty significant information packet on the attachment there. We had a financial update for period 2 with an August forecast, and it looks a little off right now. And what we heard is that property tax revenues start coming into the system in October. And so that's why we don't see that reflected there. We did have an item on NAFCare. Basically, we're having 5 release planners, hiring 5 release planners and 1 supervisor with funds from the opioid settlement. I think that is going to be really critically important. What was happening is they had release planners, but the need was so much greater than the staff that was there. So many people would be willing to get help if the resources were available. And so this is going to be part of that solution, which I think is critically important. And these are people that are being released from our Pima County Jail or transitioning in some way. You can also access the services through the transition center. Let's see. We did approve the calendar for January 2025 through December of 2025. So please check that out so you can plan your schedule accordingly. What we were trying to do is just give people a projection out, not only for the staff that's working here in Pima County, but to try to engage the community and be really consistent about when we're going to have board meetings. What was happening when I first got on the board is they were being approved in like sections, like 4 to 6 months at a time, maybe up to 6 months, and that's just not really great planning for anybody. And a lot of the things that I think are important is so many of our Pima County employees are parents, and so trying to work around those school schedules, making sure that we're as accommodating as we can be for a large organization, I think that's really beneficial. I want to thank the Tohono Nation for their generous support of $1.36 million to programs and nonprofits in Pima County. Thank you very much. We approved another portion of that, about $500,000 today. And then we had an update from the interim treasurer Ackerley. He's going to be coming, or whoever is in the position as treasurer is going to be coming to the Board of Supervisors on a regular schedule to be more transparent with county finances, since we did have an issue with a neighboring county. I think we're all sort of on heightened alert that we want to make sure that we get as much information as possible. So something like what happened in our neighboring county can't happen here in Pima County. And the deadline, biggest news right now is early voting is happening now. So if you want to early vote, if you're an election day voter and you want to go vote early, you're welcome to go to pima.vote for a comprehensive list. And then on October 21st, there are going to be another little chunk of sites that open up. And October 28th, we have another grouping of sites. So you're welcome to go to any of those sites. Please make sure to bring your identification with you. Ballots. So if you have not received your ballot, I have not received my ballot, but my parents did. Don't worry, it is coming. It was sent out in batches, and because of the Monday federal holiday, it was a little delayed. And so if you don't get your ballot by next Monday, please contact the Pima County Recorder at 520-724-4330 or look on pima.vote. The other thing I want to mention is that the deadline to request an early ballot is October 25th. So if you can't get to one of the early voting sites and you're kind of concerned that there might be an issue on election day on Tuesday the 5th, go ahead and just ask for the ballot to be mailed to you. You fill it out. As a reminder, it is a front end page. So you have 4 really long pages on the ballot. Make sure to fill them out all the way through, and election day is on Tuesday, November 5th. So please vote. It's critically important to our community for your voice to be heard. And then our next meeting is going to be November 12th, Tuesday, November 12th. So I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween and election day, and we'll see you November 12th. Thank you for keeping up with Pima County politics. Stay safe, my friends.